Citrix SD-WAN integration with Microsoft Azure Virtual WAN. To simplify organizations move their workloads to the cloud, we have collaborated with Microsoft to bring this joint solution to speed and automate network deployment of any size. This integration provides us with high performance connectivity to the applications hosted on Azure Cloud, especially Citrix virtual apps and desktops. Deployment use case related to Citrix SD-WAN and Azure Virtual WAN integration can be seen on the screen over here, where Azure Virtual WAN can be defined with multiple hubs, and each of these hubs can be part of different Azure geographical region, and these hubs will be connected using high-speed Azure backbone, and each of these hubs can be paired with multiple VNets where actual applications or workloads can be hosted. Citrix SD-WAN branch appliances that are managed using Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator will be able to connect to Azure Hub using IPsec tunnel. And this entire process of establishing IPsec tunnel from the branch offices towards Azure Hub is being automated, and we'll be going through the demo process in few seconds from now. And SD-WAN appliance that is connecting to one of the hub will be able to access the resources that are hosted on the VNets that are connected to the hub, or the applications or the workloads that are hosted on VNets that are connected to some other hub can also be accessed by Citrix SD-WAN branch appliance. For example, if you take SD-WAN branch appliances on the left hand side over here, if it is connecting to hub 1, which is part of region X, will be able to access the applications which are hosted on the VNets belonging to region Y, and will be using Azure backbone in order to access this applications. So it will be of very high security and very high speed because of Azure backbone, and hence we'll be able to get better user experience for the applications that are hosted on the cloud and are being accessed by the branch office users which are sitting behind Citrix SD-WAN. Here is the topology that I'll be using for today's demonstration, where I have a data center and a branch appliance. Both of them are being managed using Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator, and the branch appliance will be establishing an IPsec tunnel towards Azure Virtual WAN Hub, and we can see that a VNet is being paired to this Azure Virtual WAN Hub. So here are the demo steps that I'll be going through. We'll showcase configuration of Azure Virtual WAN delivery service on Orchestrator, and we'll try to validate IPsec tunnel establishment from branch appliance towards Azure Virtual WAN Hub, and attach an extra VNet to this Azure Virtual WAN Hub and try to validate that the networks or the subnets related to the additional VNet that we have added to this hub are automatically learned by the branch appliance, Citrix SD-WAN branch appliance. Before going to SD-WAN configuration, let's see some of the prerequisites or configurations that are to be taken care on Azure portal. On Azure portal, we need to configure Virtual WAN service. In this Virtual WAN service, we'll be configuring a hub, and this particular hub will be configured with a VPN, site-to-site VPN, using which we'll be establishing IPsec tunnel from the branch office. So this particular configuration, it's a prerequisite before configuring Citrix SD-WAN Azure Virtual WAN service. Now let us see how and what to be configured on Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator in order to achieve this functionality. I have a two-site deployment, as we have seen in the deployment topology. It's a branch and data center. And in order to configure Azure Virtual WAN delivery service, we need to go to configuration, delivery services. In this delivery service, we have something called Azure Virtual WAN, and we can define the bandwidth that we want to allocate for this particular service. Here I have allocated 30% and we need to click on this. As part of settings, we need to fill in the service principal, which includes complete authentication details, using which we'll be able to automatically download the configuration from Azure, and we'll be able to add that configuration on the sites, and we'll be automatically getting the configuration and applying that on the sites that we wanted to have this service enabled. After filling the authentication details, we can go ahead and add the sites. Here we need to select the Azure virtual WAN that we have created on Azure portal, and also we need to select the Azure hub that we wanted to configure over here. If at all we have multiple hubs provisioned on Azure virtual WAN, we'll be able to select multiple hubs over here. And now we can select multiple sites or a single site that we wanted to add to this Azure virtual WAN service. For now, for this demonstration, I'll be using branch 2, and we'll be able to review and save this configuration. And this Azure load balancer, this is specifically for Azure based HA deployment, and it's not applicable for this particular use case. And once we save this configuration, the communication towards Azure hub will be started, and we can see the status here. We have pushed site information from SD-WAN. We have pushed the site information, and we are waiting for VPN configuration from Azure virtual WAN. After getting the configuration from Azure virtual WAN, the status will automatically change to site provisioning success. All this process is completely automated. We'll be using inbuilt APIs in order to communicate from SD-WAN orchestrator to Azure virtual WAN in order to download the configuration. So now we are done with addition of site, which means we have got all the configuration, and we are ready to go ahead and deploy the configuration. So for that, I'll just deploy, stage and activate the configuration. Now staging is in progress. Staging got completed, and we'll activate the configuration now. Activation got completed. Now we'll go ahead and check the tunnel status from the branch appliance towards Azure virtual WAN. For that, we need to go to reports, real time, and in the statistics, we'll try to get IPsec tunnel stats for this particular site, branch site. For that, we need to select the branch and retrieve latest data. So here we can see that 2 tunnels are established from the branch appliance towards Azure virtual WAN, and we can also see here that it's Azure virtual WAN service. Here 2 tunnels are mainly for the purpose of redundancy, and both of these tunnel states we can see that it is in good state, which means tunnel establishment from the branch appliance towards Azure virtual WAN hub was successful. So we'll try to see the routes that we have learned from Azure hub. For that, we'll try to get the route latest route details. For that, we'll retrieve the routes information on the branch site. So here are the routes that we have on the branch site, and here we can see that Azure virtual WAN service, it's the destination service for this particular network, this 192.168.0.0/16. This is the network on which the Azure virtual WAN hub is being provisioned. So we have learned the subnet or the network from Azure virtual WAN for using this Azure virtual WAN service, and we can see that it's dynamic and it is learned over BGP. We'll be automatically having BGP over IPsec using the IPsec tunnel that we have established from this branch appliance towards Azure virtual WAN hub. Let us see this 192.168 network where it is there on Azure hub. Here we can see that this is the Azure hub, and in this hub we can see the address space in which this hub got provisioned was 192.168.0.0/16, and we have learned that route over BGP on the branch appliance. Now on Azure virtual WAN, we can see that if we go to this hub on which we have the connectivity, we can see that there is one VPN site that got added. This site represents Citrix SD-WAN site, the branch site that is connected to the hub. And as we can see, this is branch to Azure. This is the name of the site that we have provisioned using SD-WAN orchestrator. And here it got connected to the hub and it's all successful. This is how we'll be able to validate SD-WAN branch appliance provisioning on Azure Hub. So now let us try to attach an extra VNet to this hub to which Citrix SD-WAN have established IPsec tunnel. For that, we need to go to virtual network connections. In this virtual network connections, we can go ahead and add an extra VNet connection to this hub. For that, we just need to specify the name and the details over here. After filling in the details by selecting the resource group and the VNet that we wanted to attach to this hub, here this is the VNet that I wanted to attach. We just go ahead and attach this. This will be peering this VNet to the hub to which we have established IPsec tunnel. After successful peering of this VNet to this hub, we'll be able to see that VNet is being associated to this hub to which we have established IPsec tunnel. Now let's go ahead and see retrieve the latest routes on Citrix SD-WAN branch appliance and try to see that whether we have learned the route related to the VNet attached or not. So here, as of now, we are not seeing any additional network. Now let's retrieve the latest routes from the branch appliance. Now we can see that this is an extra network that is related to the VNet that we have peered with the hub. This is 20.1.0.0/16. This is the extra network that we have learned, and it is using BGP over Azure Virtual WAN Service. So which means any VNet or that's associated to the hub will be automatically learning the routes related to that particular network, and the hosts sitting behind Citrix SD-WAN will be able to access the applications or workloads that are hosted within that VNets that are hosted on Azure Cloud. So that's about the demonstration. Thank you.